Imagine a weapon so advanced, so powerful, that it could redefine global military power in the next decade. Imagine the United States unveiling a military project that leads the entire world, including China, scrambling to catch up. Today, we're diving into a revelation that could change the balance of power forever, a weapon system that has been shrouded in secrecy until now. Stay with me because what you're about to see might shock you, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why this is being called China's worst nightmare. The United States has always been at the forefront of military innovation. From stealth technology to hypersonic missiles, the American defense industry has consistently delivered projects that redefine modern warfare. But now, the focus is shifting towards something far more advanced, far more strategic, and far more terrifying in its implications. This is not just about speed or firepower. This is about technology that could render traditional defense systems obsolete. Sources close to the Pentagon have hinted at breakthroughs that go beyond anything we've seen before. The technology involves AI integration, autonomous decision-making, and next-generation drone warfare, all combined into a single, unified platform capable of executing precision operations anywhere in the world. The first piece of this puzzle is the development of autonomous drones. But these are not ordinary drones. They are AI-driven, capable of learning from battlefield scenarios, adapting to enemy tactics, and coordinating attacks with minimal human oversight. Imagine hundreds of these drones working in unison, forming swarming formations that can overwhelm traditional air defense systems. They can analyze radar signals in real time, detect vulnerabilities, and strike with precision that no more human operator could match. While drone swarms have been discussed for years, what makes this next project unique is the integration of advanced that allows each drone to act as both an individual operative and a coordinated unit. This creates a level of battlefield unpredictability that China, despite its growing military strength, may struggle to counter. Alongside drone swarms, though, is developing hypersonic weapons that can reach speeds of over Mach 10, meaning they can travel from the continental United States to Asia in under an hour. Hypersonic technology is not new, but the integration of AI targeting systems into these missiles elevates their threat exponentially. These systems can change course mid-flight, evade radar detection, and strike with pinpoint accuracy. Traditional missile defense systems, which China has invested billions in, may simply be too slow to respond. Analysts believe that this could render entire classes of enemy defense technology ineffective almost overnight. The third element of this project, and arguably the most controversial, is the development of next-generation electromagnetic railguns. These weapons use electromagnetic force to launch projectiles at incredible speeds, far exceeding that of conventional artillery. Unlike missiles, railguns rely on kinetic energy rather than explosives, making them faster, cheaper to deploy, and virtually impossible to intercept. For China, whose military strategy relies heavily on missile-based deterrence, a fully operational U.S. railgun could pose an unprecedented threat. Experts suggest that these weapons could be deployed at sea, on land, or even on airborne platforms, providing the U.S. with unparalleled flexibility in combat scenarios. But the real game changer is the integration of these systems into a fully networked command and control structure. This is where AI becomes the central nervous system. Imagine a scenario where autonomous drones, hypersonic missiles, and railguns are all coordinated through a single AI-driven platform. Decisions that would take human commanders hours to analyze and execute can now be processed in seconds. This creates a speed advantage that could allow the U.S. to neutralize threats before adversaries even realize an attack is underway. For China, whose military doctrine relies heavily on human decision-making and centralized command, this represents a profound strategic challenge. The question isn't just whether China can respond, it is whether China can even detect the threat in time. Cybersecurity also plays a pivotal role in this project. The U.S. is reportedly developing offensive and defensive cyber capabilities designed to support these advanced weapon systems. These capabilities could disable enemy communication networks, jam radar systems, and even infiltrate AI systems to manipulate or neutralize enemy assets. When combined with physical weapon systems like drones and railguns, the result is a layered, nearly impenetrable defense and attack network. For China, which is heavily investing in cyber capabilities of its own, this presents a complex cat-and-mouse scenario where any misstep could lead to catastrophic consequences. In addition to these offensive measures, the U.S. is focusing on strategic deterrence in a way that hasn't been seen since the Cold War. By demonstrating capabilities that China cannot match or predict, the U.S. can influence global geopolitical dynamics without firing a single shot. This is the essence of modern warfare, control through advanced technology and psychological dominance. Imagine a world where China must reconsider not only its military strategy but also its economic and political maneuvers, simply because of the fear of what the United States can deploy in hours, not years. What makes this project even more intriguing is its potential for international collaboration. While the primary focus is on countering China, allies in the Pacific and NATO are reportedly being briefed on elements of the technology. This means that the system isn't just about offensive power, it is about creating a coordinated defense and intelligence network capable of deterring adversaries on a global scale. This is not merely a military project, it is a strategic blueprint for the next era of warfare, combining technology, intelligence, and international alliances into a single, formidable force. The implications of such a project are enormous. Military analysts warn that if China fails to develop countermeasures, it could find itself at a strategic disadvantage that impacts everything from regional dominance in the South China Sea to global influence in international organizations. Economically, China might be forced to divert billions of dollars to match or neutralize these capabilities, slowing growth and innovation in civilian sectors. Politically, the fear of being outmatched could force China into compromises that it would otherwise resist. In essence, this isn't just about weapons, it's about leverage, influence, and shaping the rules of the 21st century global order. Critics, of course, argue that such a rapid leap in military technology carries risks. Autonomous systems can fail. Decision-making may encounter unforeseen scenarios, and new weapons could spark unintended escalation. Yet, the U.S. appears committed to rigorous testing, simulations, and controlled deployments to mitigate these risks. The goal is not reckless escalation but controlled dominance, ensuring that the U.S. can deter potential adversaries while maintaining the moral and strategic high ground. For China, however, even an enormous calculation in counter-strategy could be catastrophic, reinforcing why this project is perceived as a nightmare scenario. What is perhaps most fascinating is how this aligns with broader trends in military strategy. Global powers are shifting from sheer numbers to technological superiority. It is no longer enough to have large armies or fleets. Success depends on speed, precision, adaptability, and intelligence integration. The U.S. project exemplifies this shift by combining autonomous drones, hypersonic missiles, railguns, and AI-driven command structures. It creates a system that operates faster and smarter than any conventional force. For China, replicating this level of integration would require not just technology but a fundamental restructuring of military doctrine, a task that could take decades. However, when these machines are enhanced by AI and networked for real-time operations, human limitations become a bottleneck. The ripple effects of such a military advancement extend into diplomacy, economics, and global influence. Allies gain reassurance, adversaries face uncertainty. Each revelation will reinforce the narrative of American technological superiority, while simultaneously pressuring China to accelerate its own research and development programs. China's nightmare, the next U.S. military project.